Oh, right. The lighting in my studio is so bad. Would you look at that? My goodness. But anyway, I mean, I'm fixing that. I'm moving. Why am I telling you my life story? Anyway, I want to show you how I created this. Now, I haven't done this person's hair in a while, so it's been like 12 weeks, and she went somewhere else in between to get her gray coverage because I don't do that. And it's a little dark, so like you'll see, and most people would be like, oh, there's going to be banding, but we didn't actually have that issue at all because the saturation was good. I mixed up, I used the King's bleach, and when I'm working with such tiny sections, I'm just going to do a 1-to-1 ratio. It's going to make it nice and thick. You're going to get amazing lift, and but really it's supposed to be mixed 1-to-2, but I just never follow directions in the slightest bit. Anyway, so I mixed it 1-to-1. I'm taking thin sections. I'm literally just working horizontally, and I'm taking wide foils. So these are the fast foils I usually use from our Big Papa. They're both great. Really doesn't matter. I'm just using 12 volume because she lifts really easily, honestly. Even though she has permanent color, like it's going to lift right through it, especially when the sections are this small. And I actually just totally go organically with her head. So I'm taking thin sections. I'm using my pink pewter Never Let Go comb. I really like that for my highlighting. And I'm just, I'm being neat, but I'm just going with the shape of her head. So you can see it's really organic. I don't have it sectioned out in advance because I know what I'm going to do. So I'm taking thin slices. Recommendation. So when I'm taking such thin slices, I'll actually like kind of take the tail comb and point it almost upward. Does that make sense? So that I'm really getting the thinnest possible slice. And that's going to really create that baby light type of look. Now you would think I'm working horizontal, so it's going to show a bunch of stripes when I'm done, and it won't. You want to keep your saturation consistent here, okay? You're not going to the tippy top. You'll get bleeders, right? And also, if you're using a lightener that expands, this one doesn't, but if you're using a lightener that expands, you're totally going to screw yourself over like this by going all the way up to the top of the foil. But this one does not, so like I'm fine. And then I just lock it in so that I don't get any bleeders. So yeah, and when you're using the wider foils and taking wider sections, it's gonna take a second for you to really get adjusted, to get adjusted with the foils. And that's normal. Anytime you start something new, it's not like you're gonna be good at it from the jump. You're just not. See, that little piece got stuck in the foil, but that's okay. Turn it into a bird. But so I am going to leave pieces out for the face frame when we get closer to the top of her head. Isn't that a medical term? The top of the head? Like the crown. Sorry for the ice cube swishing. I'm drinking my Starbucks. It's early in the morning. I have a sore freaking throat. And I'm nasally as heck. So deal with it. I'm making this for you out of the nicey of my heart. So see, there you go. Just kind of paint that on. You don't want to like glob on the lightener, but you do want to stay consistent with your saturation. And then I'm just locking it in. These are thicker than the foils I usually work with, so I'm kind of fumbling a little bit, but I do like them a lot. And because I know I'm going to forget to say it later, I am going to be going in between with gray coverage. So you do kind of want to make sure that those foils are locked in there nicely because you're going to be moving them around to get the gray coverage. Now, the color I use processes in 10 minutes. It's non-progressive, so if it stays longer than 10 minutes, it's not going to be a big deal. I use Magix 10, by the way. But I would rather it not sit for that long, so I apply all the foils first, right? In this circumstance, because my color process is in 10 minutes, I apply all the foils first, and this is the best use of time. You have to think about it from an efficiency standpoint. So applying them all first, and then while she is in her processing time anyway, which her processing time is going to be about, 15, 20 minutes, I apply the color throughout then in between. And literally by the time I finish the highlights and apply the color, she's done processing. I don't even have to use really a toner in her hair. So that's it. I just wash it out and she's good to go. So this whole thing ended up taking just an hour and a half, and it really recreates sort of a baby lighted type of look. And I'm just going to follow this pattern as we get, again, I will leave pieces out for the face frame, but, and yeah, she did say she did not like, her root color was darker than normal this time. She is pretty much 100% white at this point. Her hair. So you can see sort of the density of this section. It's really thin. And when you're going horizontal with slices and you're not doing a smudge, you do need to make them thin. You will get stripes if you don't. Like really thin. All right, and you can see I'm really just moving with the shape of her head, super organic, really fast. Sometimes like I'll do this and then you'll see me go in between and be like, I should have put another foil there, and I will. So that's it. Moving with the shape of the head again, going up with the round. Paint on that lightener. We're having good times, laughing. And even though I'm doing this organically as I go, I'm still trying to be neat with my sections. But I'm not that neat, I'm going to be honest. See, I was like, I could add another one there for sure. She kind of just throws her part around, so I don't really pay attention to it when I'm doing this. Okay, now I'm going to flip it around so you can see the other side, and we're going to literally follow the same exact thing. So I'll speed through this a little bit. This is literally so easy, and it's just beautiful. Slice, no smudge, baby. Slice, no smudge. My throat really hurts, and I'm trying to pretend that it doesn't because of who I am as a person. I'm waiting for my delivery to get here with like 48 different kinds of juice. I'm like, immunity shots to the face. Give me those. Vitamin C. Elderberry. I got elderberry juice. That's probably so nasty. Yeah. So here I go. Up organically. You can really see like where the color that she got done last time is too. Like where she went in between. Wasn't me. And that's it. Underwhelming as heck, right? So I'm going to just bop through this part. So that's it, just following along the pattern, but watch because you're going to want to see when I get to the top of the head what this looks like. I'm pretty sure anyway. So let's rock and roll. And then I'm going to show you how I go up the back of the head. This is a partial, so I just popped in a few back there just so, I don't know, I just did. Now I consider this a partial custom color. I'm not doing a ton of foils. I'm not pulling down the lightener to the end. I'm not using a ton of products, and it's fast. So for me, partial custom colors always take under 2 hours, and full custom colors usually take from 2 hours to 2.5 hours. So this is like a $325 service, $325. And then I have my standard mixing ratio for each of these. So for my partial, it's 100 grams of lightener and 40 grams of color. Anything above that is a $20 extra charge. If it takes longer than an hour and a half, or if I think it's going to take longer than an hour and a half, I upcharge for that. So like she doesn't use anything more than the standard mixing ratio. So she's just $325 flat. So all of my prices are starting at, and basically I'm able to give clients, so everyone has to do a virtual consult, even if you're already a client of mine, before your next appointment, so that I can give you an accurate quote of what it's going to be, and I could make sure that you're booking it for the right amount of time. And everything is a starting at price, right? So you fill out the virtual consult, I read it over, I tell you what to book for, and then I give you an accurate quote of what that's going to look like. Within $50. So it's starting at. So let's say she had more hair than this and I was doing a partial. I would be like, okay, so it's going to be somewhere between, $340 and $375 today, something like that. I would not say that. I did not even math right, so. And this is the face frame. So I always just do back-to-back little weaves around the face. I just think they come out really nice. Sometimes I'll do 4, 5, 6, sometimes 3. It just depends. But again, really organic. Organic is best for your food and hair. I don't know. And the formula I go in between with is just 800N, which is a true neutral in Magix 10. Now I'm going to work up the back. I was not prepared to really film this. I got to be honest with you. I didn't think it was going to be a training. I was just trying to get little pieces of content. But then I had enough where I was like, this might actually be valuable for people. So what the hell? And starting out with the gentlest of back combs back here. Going with the shape of the head. I do that, and then I actually do like kind of weaves up the back a little bit. Because if you just go horizontal and you don't back comb or anything, it's not going to look good. But you can go horizontal and back comb, but I just thought this was going to be a better use of my time, so this is what I did. Again, it's a partial, so don't overdo it. And look at how freaking beautiful. No smudge, nothing like that. So just gorgeous freaking hair. I love the way that it looks. So did she. In fact, she's been texting me about it every day. This is her favorite place to part, but she's not like that specific about it, so I just do it. Blah.